Welcome to the Create with Katrina Julia show by Fit Life Creation, where we talk all the things on wellness, faith, marketing, business, and travel to create a life and business you love. I've been there, friend. I've walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and bondage to freedom, along with transformation in every area of my life. I'm right here with you, walking along on my own path to creating. So tune in so that you learn how to create a life and business you love, hands-on. Let's create it. Secret cenotes, aka caves, aka sinkholes in Mexico. And the secret cenotes I visited in Chemuyil. So, this is a continuation of my blog post and podcast series I started back in 2021 of the best cenotes in Mexico and all you need to know to visit. If you head on over to the link in the show notes, you can read and or listen and or see all the incredible content, videos, photos I've taken in these incredible cenotes or sinkholes that are sometimes 60 plus million years old. So, Chemuyil, Mexico is a beautiful town between Playa del Carmen and Tulum. It's about 45 minutes south of Playa and about 20 minutes or so north of Tulum. So, when I discovered Chemuyil has over 12 to 14 known cenotes that are relatively unknown, aka the secret cenotes, aka the off the beaten path, shared by local projects like Cenotic at Cenotic, Cenotik on Instagram, and Airbnb experiences, and offer indescribable and unfathomable adventure, I knew I wanted to experience these cenotes. So, getting to Chemuyil, it's located, like I shared, in between Tulum and Playa, and it's super easy to get to by taking a colectivo. So, colectivos are shared vans. And you can easily, if you're in Playa, you can easily put in Playa del Carmen Colectivo in your GPS and it'll lead you to the stop. I walked from my Airbnb, and you let the driver know, where you're getting off and remind them about a couple minutes before. And they typically leave every 5 minutes or so as soon as the van is full. And with the cenotes in Chemuyil, I could not find any information on TripAdvisor, Google, or GPS. So a tour is required and well worth it, because otherwise you're not going to find these secret cenotes. And you can absolutely, if you are short on time, you can absolutely do 3.5 days with Cenotic. And in the link in the show notes, I hyperlinked the Airbnb experience that I did. Brian, Jorge, Jonathan, the team are so amazing. Brian was our guide. We biked from place to place together as a group, adding to the adventure. And I went on a Wednesday and ended up also meeting Sally and Ernesto from LA. And in the link in the show notes, if you go into the blog and also do a Control F to find Chemuyil, and or follow me on YouTube at Limitless Global Girl, you'll find my video of the secret cenotes and Mexico adventures. So the first cenote I went swimming in, and not just swimming, but free diving, cave diving, swimming from air pocket to air pocket, you guys, was absolutely incredible, was Cenote Takbiha. Takbiha. And cenotes, if you know, or maybe you don't know, they're connected to typically Mayan different stories, Mayan legends, and names usually mean something. And I'm always asking, and I asked Brian, but I don't remember offhand, but I'm Googling it right now as I'm recording this. So let me see if it comes up. No, it's not coming up. So Definitely, if you end up going with Brian and or others, then find out. It's on the one of the things I found. It's on the Underworld Maya Cenote Lagoon experience, but the actual name. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait. Oh, the word cenote comes from a Mayan word meaning dzunut, meaning water hole. But the name of Takbiha is not coming up specifically. So I free dove through this cenote that initially, when you walk up, it's in the middle of a freaking jungle, and you'll see it on my videos. And it does not appear that there it is connected to an incredible cave system at all, because it looks like a pond more or less in the middle of nowhere. So unless you have a guide, you're not going to find it. And there's no path, there's no markings, like nothing. And I free dove in this cenote under 60 plus million cave system and swam to 2 air pockets for the first time ever. And the lights under the caves is unfathomable. The second cenote we went to was Cenote La Cuevita, or like small cave, is how the locals call it. Mostly closed with a few openings, versus the first one was almost completely closed, other than the entrance, so to speak. So you walk underground to Cenote La Cuevita, and I loved hearing the stories of how Brian and his friends learned to swim here as children and played hide and go seek in the caves and the secret rooms in the dark that they swim and free dive to in the dark, you guys. You can swim and free dive under the caves through openings into 2 secret rooms, yet another reason you need a guide so you know exactly where you're going. And there's clarity, especially in, underground in the water. And of course, I did it. Just call me Lara Croft. And you can check out a short Instagram reel on my Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit, where I say just that as I enter in one of the secret rooms, and on the YouTube video that I mentioned. And you guys, the second one was super cool also, because when you go underground, you literally then see tons of bats flying freely all around the mostly underground cave. It's incredible. And I caught the bats on some of my videos as well. Within both the short one and the long one, you can really hear and see them. So number 3 is Cenote Shunanha. It's an open cenote with incredible blue and green waters. And in the beginning of my guide on the blog and on the podcast series, I share how you can tell which cenotes are older between the semi-open, the open, and the closed cenotes. This one has platforms to jump, dive, and cannonball. And I did a jump and a dive and a front flip. So the cave system near Playa del Carmen and Chemuyil is the sixth longest in the world, and 14 known cenotes in 2023. And I say known this year because they're always discovering more, you guys. There's a 52-kilometer connection of the cenotes in Chemuyil underground alone. So the cave system in Tulum is the longest, with over 300 kilometers of connected caves and pathways to the ocean. So after we got done, we ended up having an incredible snack with pumpkin mixed with salsa, and I loved it. You will definitely be hungry after. And we went to La Palapa, a super cute restaurant in Chemuyil, and had ceviche. So tell me if you have swam in cenotes or in secret caves in Mexico yet. The secret cenotes are definitely a must-do bucket list adventure in Mexico. And leave a review on the show if you haven't yet. Drop your Instagram handle and or your website so I can shout you out. And definitely tag me on socials at Katrina Julia Fit, at Fit Life Creation. If you end up going, my YouTube is at Limitless Global Girl. And as always, friends, remember, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to. Create it like a boss anywhere and everywhere in the world. For women creators and CEOs who crave creating community and cash, to create it like a boss. We are talking about cations, aka fitcations, contentcations, retreats, and co-living around the world. If you head on over to the link in bio and or fitlifecreation.com/retreats, you can find recaps of our Cuba retreats and an incredible video done by Weekend Voyagers, a recap about the Cuba retreat, top 7 global destinations, creating and launching retreats like a boss, 10xing social media, 5 steps to launch to get a feel for some of the ways we create it around the world. As of this recording, we have destinations coming up in 2023 through 2024 with Europe, with Greece, with Barcelona, with the United States, with Los Angeles, California, with Florida, and more coming soon, like Bali, like Africa, like Atlanta, and more into 2024. So, what are you waiting for? It is time to create it anywhere and everywhere in the world. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.